member, Representative Raja Krishnamoorthi.
Thank you, Chairwoman Jayapal. And I should just begin by saying thank you to all the witnesses. I'm an immigrant myself. I'm a naturalized citizen, and like with many of you, as I was growing up, people said I didn't belong. But the promise of America says you do belong and I belong. And to anybody who's watching out there and who's watching this federal government say to you effectively you don't belong, don't believe them. And we are here to fight to make sure that America lives up to its promise and you can live your life to its fullest. Mr. Benito, in my district, Evelyn, an 18-year-old U.S. citizen, was dragged out of a car in the village of Hoffman Estates and tackled by ICE agents because she was documenting ICE's actions. A video shows her yelling, quote, "I'm not resisting," as an officer slams her down and puts his knee on her neck. One of the most graphic scenes I've seen. Mr. Benito, this kind of harsh treatment of young people, especially non-white residents, has been common in ICE's treatment of local residents, correct?
That's correct.
And DHS tried to cover up this video, falsely claiming that it was not even ICE. That was false, correct, Mr. Benito?
That's correct.
Let's be clear. When ICE and DHS target citizens and silence witnesses, it betrays the trust they're meant to protect. No agency is above the law, and we here are going to hold them accountable. Pastor Black, you recently protested outside the Broadview ICE detention facility. Instead of respecting your First Amendment rights, federal agents shot you in the head with a pepper ball, correct?
That's correct. A pepper ball, the manufacturer of which says can be deadly if shot at the head, face, and other sensitive areas.
Well, it turns out that ICE isn't just disregarding the law outside the facility, but apparently inside the Broadview facility as well. Here's an email I received from a constituent who was detained at the Broadview facility. It said, and I'm just going to quote one part, "My dad was sent to Mexico, but he told me he signed his voluntary leave because the conditions were so inhumane inside the Broadview facility." I talked to him last night, Pastor Black. He said that there were up to 60 people kept in one cell, and he was forced to sleep standing up. Now, Pastor Black, coercing people to give up their rights isn't just illegal, it's morally wrong, right?
That is absolutely correct.
And members of Congress are being denied our rights as well. I went to Broadview on 2 occasions and demanded entry into the Broadview facility to conduct oversight and pursue legislation regarding this issue, as is my right under Section 527 of the DHS Appropriations Law. But ICE has turned me away. Now, Mr. Fee, this is blatantly illegal, correct?
You're absolutely within your rights. Excuse me, you're absolutely within your rights to get into that facility, yes.
The law is the law, Mr. Fee, and it needs to be followed. President Trump needs to respect not only First Amendment rights of protesters, not only must respect the right of human dignity, but he can't stop shielding himself from transparency from Congress. Let me turn to my final topic. Ms. DeJesus, it's clear to me that many of DHS's actions reflect racial profiling, and that these actions have in turn emboldened racist vitriol against minority communities everywhere. By indiscriminately targeting Latino, Caribbean, and even South Asian communities, DHS and ICE have given license to hateful racists to harass anyone in those communities. Would you agree with me on that?
Yes, I do.
Last month, a Florida official, his name is Chandler Langevin, said that all Indians should be deported from the United States. I then called him out on this racist rhetoric. Here was his response. Referring to me, he said, "I would like to report a foreign occupier. Name, unpronounceable. Country of origin, Tatooine," a reference to Star Wars. The truth is, as a public official in this day and age, I've come to expect this type of attack and have the tools to fight back. But most victims aren't in the public eye. They're everyday Americans of color. I'd ask each of the witnesses here to please respond to this, which is, have you experienced your own clients being negatively impacted by racial profiling? Mr. Benito? Audibly, please.
Yes.
Miss O?
Yes.
Pastor Black?
Absolutely.
Bob Ryder?
Yes.
Miss De Jesus?
Yes.
Miss Homani?
Yes.
And of course, Mr. Fee.
Yes.
DHS's actions aren't law enforcement. They amplify racial targeting, and they amplify the worst in people. We are not going to stand for this. We're not going to bow to the intimidation of the Trump administration. Thank you, and I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Krishnamoorthi. Let me now recognize